Hi, my name is Dr. Eric Olson. I'm an Associate Professor of Finance in the Collins College of Business. I'm a financial economist by training, and today I'd like to talk with you about inflation. Cost push inflation and demand pull. First, let me talk about cost push inflation. Cost push inflation occurs when energy prices and labor costs go up across time and businesses try and pass those costs on to consumers in the form of higher prices. So currently, with the war in Ukraine, that's pushing up grain prices because it's affecting the supply. The second type of inflation is called demand pull inflation. An example of demand pull inflation right now is what's going on in the airline industry. Right now there's pent-up demand for people to travel because of the pandemic. As a result, they're willing to pay more for an airline ticket than they were prior to the pandemic, which results in prices going higher. Now, the way that supply shock inflation and demand pull inflation can interact is when the airlines have staffing issues, so they are not able to offer as many flights out of a particular city. That results in essentially fewer flights going out and a higher demand for those flights, which makes prices go up. My current research suggests that the Federal Reserve will have to take interest rates to between 4 and 5% over the medium term to get inflation and inflation expectations back to reasonable levels. The reason the Federal Reserve will likely have to take interest rates between 4 and 5% is monetary theory suggests that for every 1% increase in the inflation rate, interest rates have to go up by 1.5% to get inflation expectations back down to their target level. Given that the inflation rate has been running somewhere between 6 to 8% over the past year, depending on the measure used, this suggests that the Federal Reserve is behind the curve in terms of trying to get inflation expectations back down to the target level. What will the current interest rate increases mean for us as individuals? So first, those individuals that are on retirement programs like Social Security will likely see cost of living adjustments called COLAs, so that their monthly benefit will increase. Second, for those of us that are in the labor force, oftentimes what takes place is a wage price spiral, meaning that as prices go up, I will go to my employer and say, hey, prices are going up, you need to give me raises because I can't purchase the same amount of goods and services I could before. That can result in wages chasing prices higher. The third way that this will likely impact consumers is we're likely to have a recession over the next 12 to 18 months. Typically, the unemployment rate has not been below 4% and the inflation rate higher than 6% without there being a recession over the next 12 to 18 months.